Good morning once again, grade 12. This morning, I'm going to deal with business investment. And as part of the examination, we always like to call upon all the grade 12s in advising them to some other important questions that are really possible for examination. But I would like to take a minute just before we start, just to say to all the grade 12s that, remember, we've got 4 main topics. In the 4 main topics in business studies, so what happens is, we've got the first main topic, which is the business environments. And then secondly, we've got business ventures, which is part of what we are going to do today, which is business ventures, the second main topic in business studies. And then thirdly, we've got business roles, which is also the main topic that we have in business studies. And lastly, we've got the last main topic, which is the business operations. So my advice is today, when you prepare yourself for examination, please ensure that you prepare for the first main topic, which is business environments. You prepare an essay on that, because there might be an essay on the main topic. There will also be an essay on the other main topic, which is the business ventures. There could also be an essay on the third topic and the fourth topic. So when you prepare yourself, understand very clearly that there will be some essays. There will be also short questions. Like when you look into the structure of the paper, then you can bear with me that the first question will always be that one of 40 marks question. And out of the 40 marks questions, it is the spreading of the whole curriculum or the whole contents of business studies in that section of 40 marks, which is question 1. When you look into question 2 also deals with now the first topic, which is the business environments. All the content that is on question 2, it's based on the business environments. Then when you get to question 3, it deals with business ventures, which is the main topic that we are going to deal with today, which is the topic on business and investments. And then when we move further, we look into the third topic. Then it's question 4. In your examination, question 4 will come out of the business roles. And then out of there, then we get to the 5th question, and then question number 5, it will deal with the business operations. And remember now, when we get to question number 6, it is always a mix of all the other main topics that we have dealt with. Question 6 always deal with the all main topics. So when you prepare yourself for examination, please take that into account. Then after question 6, we've got question 7. Question 7, there might be then an essay. In question 7, there might be an essay. Where do we expect an essay from? We expect an essay that will come from business environments. Main topic number 1, question number 7, there could be an essay out of that topic. And then when we get to question 8, then comes back business ventures. There could be an essay type question that is also from the business ventures, which is the second main topic. When we get to question 9, then we also deal with another essay question that will also come from the business roles. And then you go to the last question, and the last question, which is the business operations. There might also be a question on essay. So what I'm trying to say in short is there will be short questions on all the 4 main topics. And again, there will also be questions on essay type questions, which is the longer type questions on all other main topics. So when you prepare yourself, please take that into account. I think if we are all ready now to start with a revision on the business ventures. And our main topic today, it will be the investment opportunities. We are going to look into the different types of investment and how, when we start businesses, how can we decide to invest in a particular way. We've got different means, we've got different ways in which we can invest. So we are going to look into those different types of investment and how could also businesses also take advantage of that and invest in different ways. It's important because this could also apply into our personal lives, not only in businesses, because we must also have a clear understanding so that when we decide as an individual that we are going to invest in a particular company, you understand exactly what is happening there. Then let's move further now and look into the shares. Now, shares, basically, we must understand very clearly that when we deal with shares, then each and every company, sometimes they decide to sell shares, and an individual is allowed to buy shares in a particular company. So buying shares means that automatically, when you own shares in a particular company, you are part of that company and you are the owner in that company. Then you've got the rights to participate when dividends are declared. Then you can be part of that, and then you can also gain dividends if you've got shares in a particular company. So there will always be those dividends that are declared, and when they are declared, then we become part of that, and then you also earn in the profits that are made in the company. As I said, you are part of the company, and also you become the owner of that company when you own shares in that particular company. And number two, you also have got the rights to the assets of that particular company. In case that company became liquidated, then it means you are the owner in terms of those assets. If those assets are sold, then you are also going to benefit out of that, because you are the owner in that particular company. And now we've got different types of shares. Let's look into now. We've got ordinary shares. Ordinary shares represents the ownership in the position of the company. Ordinary shares, it means when you've got ordinary shares in a particular company, then automatically, then it represents an ownership. You've got ownership in that company. So that is basically the different types of shares. I want us now to go and have a clear distinction between all different types of shares in a particular company, so that when we have to write these in the examination, we know exactly which one is applicable at a particular given point. Then we've got ordinary shares as part of the types of shares that could be available in different companies. Now, ordinary shares, we will also define and have a clear explanation of the difference between those ordinary shares and the preference shares also. Now, the two will differ in this way. When you look into ordinary shares, it means you will also have a fixed portion in terms of the dividends that you will earn at the end of the day in that particular company. Preference shares, it means you will be given preference in any way. It means if there is profits that are declared, preference shares will be the one who will always participate in the declaration of profits of that particular company. Let's look into now. Let's move and see on the next page here. Now, when you've got ownership of shares in a company, it means you've got the rights to vote also. More importantly is when you own those ordinary shares in a company, you've got the rights to vote. And also, it is more important to look into the value of shares that you own. Voting would also mean how many shares that you own, or we look into the value of the type of shares that you own in a particular company. And also, the value of shares in the particular company will also be considered when the company became liquidated. When it became liquidated, it means you still have to be given something in terms of dividends there. Then we look into the returns. When you look into the returns, then it is definitely that anyway, any company will make profit, and during the end of financial year, a particular company will declare dividends. When they declare dividends, it means you also have rights to the returns that are made by the bigger company if you own the ordinary shares. And then let's look now into the other different type of shares, which is the preference shares. Looking into preference shares now, it means they've got preference over ordinary shares. More importantly, the distinction, which is very clear, is they've got preference over the ordinary shares. As I said, preference will always be given to those owner of the preference shares. Every time when dividends are paid, preference shares will be the first to receive dividends. It means they take preference over the ordinary shares. Now, they've got the shares that are bearing a fixed annual rate of dividends. These type of shares are the shares that are bearing a fixed rate of annual rate of dividends at the end of the financial year, and then they will receive their fixed rate of dividends at the end of the financial year. And also, they've got a fixed amount per share as a fixed percentage of the stated values of shares. Always, the type of shares of preference shares, they will always have a fixed percentage of value in terms of earnings at the end of the financial year. Then when the company is liquidated, also applicable to the preference shares is creditors must always get something before. But immediately when creditors are being paid, when the company is liquidated, it simply means that now preference shares over the ordinary shares, they will be the second one to receive. Preference will be given to them if the company closes down and there is no more money for the company is running at a loss, and then they decided to liquidate. Preference shares will be the first one to be considered immediately after paying their creditors. Creditors will be given preference, but the preference shares are the first one to receive immediately after creditors have been paid. So that is basically the advantage over the ordinary shares. The advantage over the ordinary shares.